On a quiet Ohio morning, police officers stood in a cornfield, staring at something no family should ever have to face: a missing girl, a hidden body. And just as they finished their work, a rainbow appeared in the sky. Investigators would later say it felt like a message, because Ellie Wyke didn't just vanish. She was hunted, digitally, silently, and methodically, long before she was killed. Ellie Wyke was 23 years old. To her friends and family, she was warmth in human form. Someone who smiled easily. Someone who loved deeply. Someone who believed that kindness mattered. People who knew Ellie often said she had a way of finding beauty in places others overlooked: a sunset, a small moment, a simple conversation. She lived in Westchester Township, Ohio, close to her family. Her relationship with her mother, Tam, was especially close. Ellie wasn't reckless. She wasn't living on the edge. Her life followed familiar routines: work, friends, home. That sense of normalcy made what happened next even more terrifying, because while Ellie was living her life, someone else was quietly planning how to take it away. Years earlier, when Ellie was just 17 years old, she had dated a boy named Michael Strauss. Like many teenage relationships, it ended. For Ellie, it stayed in the past. For Michael Strauss, it didn't. By 2018, Strauss was 29 years old and living in a subdivision in Liberty Township, just miles from Ellie. What appeared to be coincidence would later reveal itself as proximity. At some point, Ellie began receiving messages. At first, they were confusing, then persistent, then unsettling. The texts came from a number with a 213 area code, California. The sender claimed his name was Nate. He seemed friendly at first, then intrusive, then obsessive. He knew where Ellie was, when she was home. Details he shouldn't have known. The messages didn't stop. Then came something worse. Ellie discovered that someone had recorded video outside her home. The realization was chilling. This wasn't just texting. Someone was watching her. Ellie did what many people are told to do. She went to police. On April 11, 2018, she filed a report. She described the masked messages, the unknown sender, the disturbing video. But the report was classified as telecommunication harassment, not stalking. Police officers were dispatched to her home. They searched the area. Total time spent, 5 minutes. Then they left. Ellie was left to return to her life, knowing someone was still out there, still watching. What Ellie didn't know yet was how carefully the harassment had been designed. The number texting her wasn't real. Michael Strauss had used a spoofing service through gotextme.com, generating a fake phone number with a 213 area code. Over time, he sent more than 275 messages. Each one was part of a strategy: confuse her, control the narrative, hide his identity. But the cracks began to form. A friend noticed something unusual. The same number texting Ellie was linked to a Snapchat account. That account traced back to Michael Strauss. When Ellie realized the truth, the fear deepened. She texted a friend, "It's my ex-boyfriend from when I was 17. The man pretending to be Nate never existed. The threat was real and personal." On July 31, 2018, Ellie vanished. Her phone stopped responding. Her routines were broken, no check-ins, no messages. As the hours passed, concern turned to panic. By the next day, August 1st, Ellie's mother reported her missing. At first, there was hope. Maybe she needed time. Maybe she'd show up. But investigators soon realized something was wrong. Very wrong. Police began retracing Ellie's last known movements. Phone records, messages, digital footprints. Then they turned their attention to Michael Strauss. What they found would become the backbone of the case, a massive digital trail, more than 800 pages of evidence, and it painted a disturbing picture of obsession and planning. Data provided by Google revealed something chilling. Months before Ellie disappeared, searches linked to Strauss's IP address included, "How long does a dead body smell?" That wasn't curiosity. That was preparation. In July, just weeks before Ellie vanished, the searches escalated. Missing girl in Westchester, Ohio. The Cincinnati Strangler, survivor's guide to prison. After Ellie disappeared, the searches continued. New York Strangler. How to delete photos off an iCloud account. This wasn't panic. This was awareness. Then investigators found something devastating. On August 9th, Strauss took a screenshot on his iPhone. It was a map. The image showed a field east of Milliken Road and Maud Hughes Road in Liberty Township. At the time, Ellie was still missing. Weeks later, that same field would reveal her body. Phone records sealed the case. On July 31st at 6:12 a.m., Ellie's phone briefly powered on. It connected to a tower 2 miles from Strauss's home. At the exact same time, Strauss's Google account was active inside his residence. 2 devices, 1 location, 1 truth. The next day, Michael Strauss was arrested. He initially faced 9 charges, including murder, stalking, and abuse of a corpse. In a plea agreement, 6 charges were dismissed. Strauss pleaded guilty to the remaining counts. In court, he spoke. "I would trade places with her in a second." Then Ellie's mother stood. She described the unimaginable, her daughter's final moments, bound, terrified, looking at her murderer through plastic and tape. The courtroom was silent. The judge sentenced Strauss to 17.5 years to life. Parole eligibility, 2036. Justice, but far too late. Ellie's case exposed a terrifying truth. Between 2013 and 2018, Westchester police received 87 stalking reports. Only 4 resulted in convictions. More than a third went nowhere. Experts warn that stalking is homicide in slow motion. Ellie tried to stop it. The system didn't move fast enough. Ellie Wake was not invisible. She was not careless. She was failed. Her story is not just about one man. It's about how easily warning signs are ignored, and how silence can be deadly. If this story disturbed you, it should. Because Ellie Wake's case isn't rare, it's a warning. If you believe stalking should be taken seriously, if you believe victims should be heard before it's too late, then don't let this story disappear. Like this video so the algorithm pushes it further. Subscribe to the channel, because these cases deserve attention, not silence. And comment below. Do you think this tragedy could have been prevented? We read every comment, because every view, every share, keeps Ellie's story alive. And sometimes, that's the only justice left.